Hello everyone, how are you? This is Lise from Trelise and I'm here with a new video. Yay! So I'm very excited as I have two finished objects. Actually, I haven't knitted them. There were two sample knitters. Actually, one is a very good friend of mine and she kind of surprised me with it. So I'm very, very grateful and I can't express enough my gratitude. So, and the second one is a sample knit that I wanted to do kits, but then the virus came in and I didn't have the time to dye for it, and then she couldn't ship me the sample, so I never really did pre-orders for it, but I'm actually thinking of, so I'm gonna talk with you a bit more. And then I have my last sock project to show you, and then something new that I have barely cast on because my arms are in pain again. Yes, but this is okay. Like if you watch my videos and if you follow me, you will see that me and my tendinitis or my sinusitis, you know, we're very good friends. You know, they go, they come. It just, you know, be okay with them. Okay, so the first project that I'm going to show you is actually very similar to the one I had done. It is the Slice of Light by Knits, so Suzanne, and this is actually the front, but it doesn't have a big change, the front and the back. And so yeah, the Slice of Light. It is the project that she did while she was battling ovarian cancer, and all the funds for a year went for research to ovarian cancer. And I have to say that when she was diagnosed, also my grandmother was diagnosed, and I also had some similar worries, but I wasn't diagnosed with cancer and she did. And I remember that day because it was like, you know, we were talking and it was like, you know, what's going on with you, what's going on with me, and you know, and then she, you know, we talked much more than usual, and then she came up with this design and I test knitted, and she has kind of a bit of the original one is a bit similar. It has yellows and things like that. So it was funny because and it wasn't my yarn, and I test knitted it with, oh sorry, I'm just gonna put it on silent. I test knitted it, but I knew that I wanted this very vibrant yellow, so it is really a slice of light, you know, something very optimistic when you see it. And for me, optimism is like yellow. And my original colors were this yellow and a gray that you can actually see a bit here, but then instead of having another gray, I chose this time, well, my friend chose this time Birdman for this section that is a one color brioche, so it's a bit more peachy. Maybe you can see it here. Yes, you can see a bit the gray and the peachy. I love it. What happened with mine is I was wearing it this winter and I was in the northern suburbs of Athens, and that area is much colder than other areas of the city, and it was a very cold night, and you know, all the shops were closed down and everything, and I walked by with a friend and there was this young woman and she was homeless and she was standing, and she had her head shaved and she was asking, you know, for medicines and stuff like that. And I passed through her, and then I was like, you know, can you wait for me and I'll come back? And I just I didn't even thought about it, and I took off my slice of light and I put it around her neck, and she was like, you can't give me that, it's so nice and everything. And I said, no, you have to have it, and it's very cold, you know. And I wrapped it around her, and she thanked me, and I was like, don't thank me, you know, I didn't do anything. And the next days I thought of her so much. I went back to try to find her again, but I haven't. And so I hope, you know, that she's doing better. But yeah, and it's something I didn't share it, and I was thinking, you know, I'll just knit another one. And then of course I hate knitting twice the same thing. And also I don't knit very much about others, but you know, if I knit something and then I think of someone, or I don't know, that is gonna be selfish. Like if I don't really like it, or if I don't care, like I will give it away. But if I think about someone, you know, I'm very happy to give it. But I think it's like in the process of knitting. So I was like, and so I'm not really attached to most of my knits, especially shawls, because at some point I was knitting so many shawls that, come on, you know. But it's true that the slice of light had a bit of an emotional story for me, because it was, I don't know, something connecting me with Suzanne and the story, and you know how it was also, the funding went for research, and I loved it. And also I used my mohair base Poseidon with my Psyche single, which is 50% merino with silk. So it is a very light item and so warm. And I kind of missed it, but it was like a slow process. It was like, you know, I would go out and I would grab another shawl and it would be fine. And I usually, especially this winter, I used to wear a lot one of my shawls, the Eartha shawl, but then it was kind of smaller for more, you know, when it was colder. And then I find myself, you know, where's my slice of light? And I was like, you gave it away, you know. And it was okay. I was like starting to choose other colors, but then I was like, yeah, but the original one, like I really liked it. And then I was talking with a friend, and she wanted me to ship her, you know, some yarns, and she bought, like, she did an order. And we were talking about the slice of light, and she didn't know the design. And I was like, what? You don't know it? You have to make it. And it's really cool and it's nice. And then she's like, where's yours? So I told her the story, and she was like, you know, saying as, you know, as a joke, like, I can make you one. And I was like, really? Like, but it's, you know, kind of long knit and everything. And then she did. She made me this one, and I love it. I'm so happy I have one again. And yeah, and it's funny because I was so attached to the other one that it kind of felt weird that it was peachy here and not light gray. And I was like, do I like it? And come on, peach means like orangey, and I love orange. And it felt weird, but yeah. So now it came in springtime. It's too hot to wear it, of course. But actually, yesterday we had a storm, and it feels like pretty humid. So right now I'm putting it and I'm leaving it on me, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, and I adore it. The construction in this shawl, it's quite funny because it doesn't start in the middle. It actually starts in one of the corners, I think that one, and you go back and forth, and it gets bigger and bigger, and then you alternate stockinette and reverse stockinette. So the other side is also, you know, double faced. I love that. And then you go and pick up around the first triangle with the mohair, with the contrasting color, and you do one color brioche, and then you do some short rows. And so here normally it's more stripe, but I have a low contrast so you can't really see it. And then you have a brioche all around with the one side, sorry, with the mohair, and the other one with the contrasting color. And then there's a bind off all around. So I love it. My friend loved so much the pattern that she finished one, and now she's, I think, for in the second one, like in this section, and she made them like much more dark, Kathleen, yes. And like, she's amazing. Like, I thank you so much, Kat, for making it, and just for proposing to make it. And I really was surprised that you finished it, like, and actually you prioritized to make mine, like, it's amazing. So Slice of Light, Poseidon, Base, and Psyche, and yeah, I love it. So you should check it out, definitely. The second item that has mohair, I think this video is all about the mohair. Yeah, why not? It's so in trend, right? So this is the Love Note by Tinken Knits. So there are different versions of them, either with shorter sleeves, you can make them more cropped, more long. And this one was knitted by Catherine. And I saw Catherine in Switzerland. It was the last festival that I was, end of February, beginning of March. And she had hers, and I really loved it in a brick colorway. This actually is my Zeus, which is my merino single in H2O, which is a very fresh, really light blue colorway, and my Margarita mohair. And it's actually the mohair that has all those orangey parts and more green. So I love how the mohair kind of overpowered, the other color. And I think also here, of course, the mohair overpowers the light gray that was paired with. And I kind of love that, like, if you're not sure how to pair a colorway with a mohair, just think of the color that you wanted a bit most to have a halo. Like, if they're very contrasting, you'll have definitely the halo of the mohair, especially if the other yarn is a lighter base, so you'll have the halo. Like, for example, here both of the colorways are low contrast, yes, like lighter colors, but still, like, the mohair, you can see it better. And especially if it's a light colorway, you will see more the different parts of the mohair if it's like a variegated one. Otherwise, if you have two darker ones, you will have definitely the darker halo of the mohair. I want to say the Poseidon, which is my base. And then, so if it's with a lighter one, you will have it more dramatically. But if it's paired with another darker, it will play along. Like, you will have kind of those variations, but you'll see them a bit more difficult because they will be darker. It's like if you go outside in the forest and it's sunny, you will see all the different parts, all the different colors of something much more contrasting than if everything is darker. It's like going outside at night, if it makes any sense. Yeah. So I have to say that I love the fit of the sweater. I adore the neckline. I think it's like so feminine and so elegant, and it just feels great. I adore also the lace part. I'm really, really bad on making lace, so I was so happy that Catherine wanted to knit it for me, and I just love it. I'm thinking, because I was, thinking of doing kits for it. I'm actually thinking of making kits for several sweaters that have mohair paired with, another base. And I'm thinking of doing pre-orders, but I need to dye a bit more mohair to be prepared to take pictures and, to show them to you. But I'm very excited. I also love how Catherine, she put a bead on the back side of the sweater, so I know which one is the back. And it's so funny because lots of people are like, oh my god, Liz, you have a ladybug on your sweater, you're so lucky. And I'm like, it's not a ladybug, it's actually for me to know where the bag is. So it's so cute, and I love that. So yeah, so slice of life if you want some mohair beautiful pattern shawl, and love notes. Yes, and I actually found a few other sweaters that have mohair a bit in this kind of fashion, like a bit cropped, paired with something else. But there's also one other sweater that I really, really love that has mohair, but then it's like a normal, like, wintry sweater. So I'm not sure, if I should also make it for the other one. But I'm thinking, like, for summer, it's actually a cool idea to knit something like that, because it's a shorter version. And even here with the heat, like, yes, I wouldn't like knit it in during the day, but in the afternoon, when it's a bit more breezy, not in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. I don't mind knitting with mohair. So yeah. So now, what I'm working on, what I'm knitting on, I have to say that I've been very lazy with my knitting because I was dying, and then I was shipping stuff, and also Dakine had a nice surgery. It went fine. She's okay, but I have to be a bit more with her to put her drops quite in a regular basis. So I've been taking 2 days off, like the day of her surgery, because I wasn't a bit, in the mental state of work. So I just grabbed a book and I tried, to just be relaxed and everything's gonna be okay. And then I had to be there for her, and the next day especially, because she had lots of going on. And also I had my fridge that wasn't working at all, so I had to move all the things, and thankfully someone is actually coming today. They came to see it last week, but today hopefully it will be fixed. Yes, because come on guys, with 38 degrees and not a fridge in the house, that's the best thing. Yeah, but it's okay, everything is going fine. But I think last week was lots of things coming in together, and also my tendinitis was acting up, and so I tried also not to do so much, of practicing my handstands and all that. So I really took it much more easy. I'm not sure if that was reflected on my Instagram or every day, post. But yeah, I just tried, to be just more mindful of what I was doing. So you remember that beautiful sock from the Bellota magazine with the colorway I'm a Grenade, which everybody loves this colorway. And it's so funny because it was like I did it on a really random day with really random colors, and I have to say I love it too. So this is the second sock, and it's actually, I'm trying to look at the high, so it doesn't need that much, but I don't have lots of yarn because this was a 50-gram skein, and I actually knitted a bit more on this sock because I forgot to weight it, at half the point to have, you know, perfectly matching socks. But I think I'm just gonna go up here, and I will see if I have enough for the heel. I'll just do the heel. Otherwise, I'll put a contrasting color in the heel, and I think it's gonna look cute, you know, as a pair. And I think people will be like, oh my god, you totally did that on purpose. Well, yeah. And actually, I kind of like them, you know, not being similar, because they're not similar. It's hand-dyed yarn, like, hello. Right? And yeah, so I've been knitting a bit on this from time to time, but yeah, I really thought that I would have finished it, you know, by the end of the sock along, but at least I had finished the other two, you know, which was my goal. So it's not that bad. Yeah, so my separate ways, one of the section is binded off. Now I have to pick up all the stitches all around to go and do stripes on the other side, but I haven't done that because I'm lazy on picking up things. And then I casted on something new, and it is a sweater, but it's not the sweater that I've been craving for, and I was like, oh my god, I need to make those sweaters. So it is a test knit again for Meiju, which is the same designer that I did my last test knit. And usually she has very short amount of time to test knit, and I'm always like, oh, I like that, but I don't have the time. But this one is going to be by at some point in July. So I was like, okay, I'll have the time. And it is again something with more hair, yes. And I had this skein of Do You Trust Me on my stash for a very long time. So I said, okay, I'll just grab this baby and I'll pair it with some Star Wars in the original Star Wars edition, which is my Eros base, which is single with Stelina. Look how sparkly it is. So I'm gonna pair those two babies. It's gonna be a sweater, so I will have to dye a bit more of this, but I'm gonna be dyeing more hair, so it's okay. And I will have to keep, I think, one more or maybe two more skeins, I don't remember. But I have literally just casted on and did one row, nothing more. And it's really sad because I was like, yeah, and I'm gonna do it and all that. But there's two reasons. Usually I knit at night, and so as it is darker, I don't really see well. So I need to move my lamp on, you know, the side of the couch that I'm sitting, and I've been procrastinating to do that. But also my arms are killing me. So, but now I'm a bit better, so I think today, as I'm waiting for the guy to fix the refrigerator, you know, that I will knit, maybe just focusing on the sock to just finish it, at least the leg length, or just grab this baby and just go around. And yeah, and I also have my little stitch marker trellis that Sunny, how is it, Sunny Handmade? Yeah, Sunnyside Handmade, sorry, Karen made it for me, so you can find her on Instagram. And I should get more of these because lately I've been giving them away, you know, in larger orders, and I liked that I had something, well, at least for, you know, the possibility to give something with my orders. Yeah, so I should at some point make another order for it, well, when I have a bit more money. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm really sorry I don't have much more to show you, but hopefully very soon. Yes. So I'm very excited to dye, you know, more hair, to bring up all the fluffy stuff, you know, to make all the fluffy stuff. So mohair in the beginning, when you knit with it, you know, it might fly and everything. And I found, like, especially the slice of light, because it was around my neck, The first times I wore it, I hated it. Like, I was eating more hair, it was going everywhere, it was flying, it was attaching itself to other things. I hated it. But I think after some time, like, I wore it, now it wouldn't budge anymore. Like, there wasn't things flying in my face. So I think it's just the excess, when the yarn is spun, there's like an excess that hasn't really attached to the yarn while it was spinning. So this excess is like, it just gets off slowly. You can also, get a cleaner and just brush it slightly. That might take a bit off the excess, if you just really can't stand it. I always say I really can't stand it, but then I'm like, it's okay, it's gonna go by itself. So that was it. I'm having a bit of difficulties with my videos to load them up, so hopefully I will have been able to load it up today, Tuesday, and send it, and until it uploads, you'll have it by tomorrow and not later on, because this time and the last time, no, not this time, I haven't done it yet, come on, Liz. The two last times I really have a very hard time to upload them. I have no idea why, but I'll try my best and we'll see. Hopefully it will be uploaded faster. So thank you guys for your constant support. You can go and check out my website, tutorials.eu, or you can find daily news of me on Instagram mostly, and I kind of put some sneak peeks of backstage on my Instagram stories. Otherwise on Facebook, Treliz, and Instagram it's Treliz_color is power, because people, color is power. Love you.